Hello everybody and welcome to Arsen Girl Gaming. My name is Heather and I thank you for joining me as I continue working on my Vacuous Green Tiny House community. Today's build, as I promised in my last episode, is going to focus on some of the community areas of this community. So the idea behind it is that this is a true blue community. You're going to go in and you're going to have a lot of the conveniences, a lot of the amenities that you would find in a kind of like maybe a mobile home park, something like that. And so that's what I'm working on today. Right now, this is me trying to figure out how to do parking. And I spend a lot of time looking for something that is not unlocked on console, but that we now have on PC, and that is like a parking stop. So those little concrete things that stop your car from going forward in the parking lots. And I didn't realize we didn't have them until I thought about it, and I was like, oh yeah, we never got that update yet on console. Maybe one of these days. So I went in to get famous, and I used these floor markers as parking space dividers. And so I put a parking lot on either side of the neighborhood because my vision is that there's going to be 6 houses in this community, so we're going to need at least parking for 6, if not more cars. Some people are going to have to park on the streets, just inevitable. But I wanted to make sure that parking was included because there's nothing worse than having a house and having to only do parking in the street, trying to find something and be able to lug those groceries back to the house. So I thought, they're getting parking. And I made it, and I'm very happy with the way it turned out. And this area that I'm focusing on is going to be the pool area. And my idea behind this was like kind of envisioning those old California or Florida apartment complexes where, or even hotels where, they have the layout of the residences and then they have in the middle of it, right off the street or right off the parking lot, this fenced in area that contains a pool. And that's how I translated that. But I really wanted to focus on making sure that there were amenities for all age groups and all interests. So I have the pool area where you can lounge or you can just sit with a iced tea or whatever, some juice if you want to. And then this outside of the pool area is going to be like the barbecue area, shoes, a fire pit. I really wish we had cornhole because I would get rid of the horseshoes and put a cornhole game out here in real life. And of course, then I want to make sure that the kids have a little something, but this is not going to be a child heavy neighborhood, obviously, because the houses are so small and limited in how many Sims can live in it. So just a real basic playground area goes in for them. But all ages are going to have fun here. They're going to have something they can do, and it's going to be a place where you're going to know your neighbors, and you're going to want to socialize with them and hang out with them. And my idea is I'm going to make some Sims. That'll probably be the last video of this series. I'm going to make Sims, thinking like maybe 8 Sims, and I'm going to move them all into this lot. I think I mentioned this earlier. And let them just do what they do. And we're going to watch that. Maybe I'll do a couple episodes of, non-interfering and just see what they do. I love doing those recordings where I literally turn on the camera and let them do their things because they usually make me laugh. Sims left to their own resources are definitely very ingenious. Is that the word I'm looking for? Well, they're definitely interesting. I can't think of the word I'm meaning, but they are definitely a force to be reckoned with, I guess. One of my biggest challenges in this lot is with the color of the grass. I don't like the texture that is provided just by default with this lot, and I'm not happy with my path choices. So they will go through several changes, though I do think I'm gonna settle probably on this terrain paint. But keep an eye out for that later in the video because it magically changes, and I'm not really sure why. Yeah, but it was a surprise to me, and I'm sure it will be a surprise to you. We'll talk about it, though, a little bit later, just so you can see what I'm referring to. But I'm trying to figure out a way, because my whole idea is to connect all of the houses through a series of pathways throughout the entire neighborhood. You know, so you can go to your neighbor's house, you can go to the pool, you can go to the playground. And so that's going to be one of the things I finish up at the very end completely, because I have to get everything in place before I know how to lay them down. But they're coming along nicely. It's been something I have not liked since I did the first house, truthfully. So hopefully at the end, when it's all said and done, it will be a look that I'm happy with. I'm really excited by how this is shaping up. At the end of this video is probably where I'm seeing my kind of vision for this community really coming together. And I have to say that I did solicit some advice from my bestie Simarchy. She helped me come up with some ideas of some things that I wanted to add to the neighborhood. And one of them that I hadn't even thought about but made perfect sense, and that'll be coming soon, is the laundry room. So I kind of create a laundry room / public bathroom, or not public, but community bathroom area that is designed for all Sims living in the community to take part in. And that was really fun to design. This yoga area was another one of her suggestions. Instead of doing like a full-on workout area, we did kind of a Zen yoga lounge area, and I put these like benches out here so that the Sims could, you know, tie their shoes or change their shoes or just sit and relax after class. And of course the waterfalls and the water feature add to that like soothing feel. Now those are things that you will find in the spa day pack, so if you guys are interested in that, that would be where to look for those. And then we did this came up with this idea for like this little artist area, so that if people wanted to paint or have painting classes, they could do that. So I used that little front yard area in order to accomplish that look. And now I'm gonna start on the laundry room. I love how this came out. I don't know that it's usable. I haven't done a usability test yet, but it is like, I just kind of pictured, you know, going back to what I was talking about earlier, like where you go to those old style apartment or hotels. Well, that's kind of what I was thinking when I put this together. And the idea was, it's kind of grody. Like, you don't really want to walk in there, but you know, you're at the pool and you don't want to go all the way home to use the bathroom. So you're going to go into the ladies' room or the men's room, and you're just going to kind of like wear your flip-flops because you don't want your feet to touch the ground because it's kind of gross in there, and it's dark and it's dingy and it's gray and it's just like, it's smelly. You don't want to be in there very long. That was the whole concept behind this laundry room area. And I also like was thinking a little bit about, I know the space is not kind of on par, but if you watch The Big Bang Theory, you know how Sheldon and Penny often would meet in the laundry room of their building. I was kind of thinking like along those lines. So you have the area for folding and you can kind of hang out, but it's tiny, so it's tight. So you're not going to have a lot of Sims in there like chilling out very much, but theoretically they could. I think it came out so cute. I was just very, very excited by the end look. I love putting these sinks in, and I don't know if the Sims can walk past the sinks to get to the toilet stalls, but you know, they could squeeze by. I mean, it is just really grody. Like, it's just nasty. And the idea behind it came out. I mean, just, my brain was sensing all the smells and the feels and the dampness and the ick. And I hope that comes across in the build. I also use this building as a place for the community garbage and recycling. And so I do block it off a little bit so that the neighborhood doesn't have to see it, and neither do the Sims when they're at the pool. I mean, really, who wants to look at that kind of stuff? There aren't very many of us that do. And those that do, well, this is not the place for you. Anyway, I do like how it turned out, and I think it's definitely something that is probably one of my favorite parts of the whole community build, truthfully. I really adore this little building, and again, all credit is due to Stephanie. She was the one who started the idea. She's like, why don't you put a laundry room on there? And this is what came of that suggestion. So yeah, see here, I even did concrete walls because I'm like, I want it to be drab, stinky, smelly, and not somewhere you'd really want to spend a lot of time. And then of course I did the basketball hoops, and I play around a little bit with like, how do I, like, what kind of terrain do I do for these areas, because I obviously don't want them to be a part of an individual house. So like this painting area is not a part of this house, which is why I ended up going ahead and putting this little porch on to this house, because everybody else has their own little area and this house did not. So I gave them that, put the bonsai tree on there so they could go out and enjoy it, and it separates that painting area from the house and making it very obvious that it is a community painting area. It is not, whatever Sim owns that house, it is not their painting area. It's for everybody, because you would not want to have something like that and then have people living around you not being able to partake in them. And then I went ahead and decided to change out these shrubs, and I wanted to put up more of a privacy wall now that I've taken away even more privacy from the house by putting people painting right in front of it. And I thought, well, at least we'll keep the eyes of that neighbor off of us while we're, doing whatever we're doing on the patio. So anyway, you guys, that's it. That is the beginning of the community parts of this neighborhood. There's more to come. I'm going to build 3 more houses, and then probably the 4th video after that will be a wrap-up video where I finish up the community. If there's anything you think I should add to the community that I haven't thought of or Stephanie hasn't thought of, please, please, please leave that for me in the comments below, because I'm really curious to see what you guys think the community could benefit from. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know you watched. And if you're new to my channel, oh, wait, hold that thought. Do you see what is happening in front of us right now? Do you see how my terrain is completely different than it was? Yes, that is a glitch. So it looked the way it did when I finished setting up the patio on the first tiny house, or the second tiny house, and I saved it and came back and the terrain had changed to this. So go figure why that happened. I have no idea, but I will fix it back to the way it was. That was not a change I made, just so you know. Anyway, as I was saying, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know you watched. And if you're new to my channel and you'd like to see more, go ahead and subscribe and then ring the bell, because that will let YouTube know you'd like notifications when I post something new on the channel. And that way you don't miss out on anything coming down the line, including more of this community build and other fun Sims related things and more. And I will see you guys again real soon. Until then, have a great one.